Well, yeah, I think we have a special group. They're very competitive. They were not pleased with how we played the other night. They took responsibility. They were locked in for practice yesterday. I mean, you're right. I mean, they didn't get to bed till 5 a.m. You know, we gained an hour coming back. So we didn't talk about it. We just prepared for the next one. You know, we respect Iowa State, ranked opponent. They have had some really impressive victories, playing at a very high level. So we knew we would have to play that way, you know, to beat them. And I think it all starts obviously with defense. You pointed it out. You know, we set the tone defensively, and that obviously helps your offense get going. And we settled in, and we had a lot of different guys contributing, as you can see.
What do players do? You lose Chris, but what do players do to fill the vacuum?
Well, you know, guys get hurt all the time. You know, that's why you have 13 scholarships. So he's out, Connor steps in, Peyton's ready to go, everybody else is ready to go. Gotta get some minutes out of Josh Ogundele. Josh Dix was really good tonight. DeSante had a tough start, but he'll be fine. And you don't talk about it, just move on.
Fran, with number 500 for you, both your sons start this game. You have a really nice celebration after the game with your family. What did that mean to you?
Well, you know the way I've typically responded to this question. I don't really get excited about win. Like, I don't consider myself having 500 wins. You know, I'm the coach. My responsibility is to put our guys in a position to win and let them go win the game. And you know, I've been blessed. You know, I've worked for great people. I've had tremendous coaches on my staff. I've had really good players everywhere I've been. So it does make you think a little about. Two of them are in the locker room. You know, Mike Cassell was in the locker room afterwards. You know, so that makes you think. And you're right. You know, with two boys, you know, playing well, you know, you think about family. And I couldn't be sitting here without tremendous commitment of my wife, my daughter, who were right there with us, my son Jack. It's an interesting journey. It's a difficult journey at times, but it's something we're built for. And I was just really excited for them tonight. And now we get ready for Sunday.
You said after the Duke game that you felt like the team was running good offense, the shots just weren't falling. Is that, you know, the inverse tonight? Saw good offensive execution and the shots were falling from three.
Yeah, I think you're right about that. It's different when you play these guys. They play defense differently than everybody else. So how you have to manufacture shots is going to be different. You know, we had a few more turnovers than we normally have, should have. But you know, we made good plays and we got good shots. You know, I said we have good shooters. You know, I'm not worried about our ability to make threes. You know, throughout the course, you might have a bad night. You know, we had a bad night against Duke shooting the ball. You know, there's games when you Big Ten turnover, we make 20, 21 one game, and then you know Richmond we don't make them. You know, it happens sometimes. All I want them to do is create good shot opportunities and have good players take good shots. And it was great to see a lot of them go in for these guys.
Coach, congratulations on the 500th and the big win tonight. What exactly is Chris's injury, and how long do you think he's going to be out?
Well, I think Matt very eloquently put out what he's got.
Lower body.
Yeah, lower body injury, and I can't tell you how long he's going to be out.
Okay.
Maybe Doc Bollier can, Brad Floyd.
Coach, how encouraging was it to do to them defensively what they like to do to everyone else? You know, make them, they like to make other teams uncomfortable, and it seemed like you did that to them immediately.
Well, you know, obviously, I think every game that's your intention, you know, to play defense with that kind of intensity. They've done a good job with that. They have. We have at times. We're an offensive-oriented team, so we're going to try to score 90. So we're going to go. So then you got to make sure you keep fresh bodies out there. So the impressive thing, I think, is, we had 4 guys 30-plus minutes and 1 with 28. So the fact they were able to do that was a credit to their competitive instincts, and I couldn't be more proud. I mean, I think as coaches, and I said this to the team after the game, we put a game plan together, and we instill an offense, and we have defensive concepts that we teach. But, when they toss it up, it's all about competitive desire, and our guys were spectacular in that area tonight.
You just mentioned desire. It looked like nobody had more than Phillip. He seems to have gone from point A last year to point B. Is this the player that you sort of saw as a third-year player in North Dakota?
No, there's no question. I mean, he did this every night over there. We talked about it before, but last year, he comes in, he's a starter, he was an integral part of a Big Ten championship team, but everything's new. You don't treat him as a freshman because he's not, but terminology is different, how we scout is different, how we travel is different, who we're playing is an upgrade from what he saw before. So, it stands to reason that in year 2, with the experience that he's gotten, he would be ready. But at the end of the day, with Phillip Obracha, I mean, he's a gamer. I mean, he will fight you, and he takes full responsibility. He was pretty good the other night, but he missed a couple shots that he normally makes, and he was really upset about that. But he's going to keep coming. And boy, was he impressive tonight.
He looked comfortable shooting those threes. I mean, is that something that you really want to see him get?
I'm okay with it. I mean, I never told him not to. He shot some when he was there. He brought it up in the recruiting process that he wanted to have. I said, look at Luka. He shot it whenever he wanted to. I'm not going to say anything to you.
Fran, to kind of build off that, Obracha had a great game, but I think what impressed me was his passing ability. I think really flashed tonight. And no matter how many bodies Iowa State threw at him, he just continued to outwork them. Can you quantify to be an undersized 5 at times to go up against all those different guys, how difficult that is?
Well, I think that's what makes him special. If they're going to ice side ball screens, we're going to hit the short roll. I mean, everybody does. Okay, what happens next? You've got to be able to make a play from there. It's great. You're going to be open. All right, you might have a 3-on-2 or a 3-on-1 or a 2-on-1. But, do you over-penetrate? Do you shoot a runner that's a bad shot? Or do you hit the open man? You drive it some, kick it some. His decision-making in that role was really special tonight. And he does lack a couple inches at times, and maybe 15 or 20 pounds, but he is so physical and so strong, and he's got tremendous athletic power, so it doesn't really affect him.
How have you seen Connor and Patrick, growing up in Iowa City in particular, embrace the Cy-Hawk rivalry and get into? I mean, they were very, very animated today, I would say.
They were a little animated, yeah. Yeah, you're right. I think that's a good point. They grew up watching it, across all sports, football, women's basketball. They've been going to games since they were in elementary school, and they've been involved with some big wins. Last year was a tough loss, so they had to endure that. So they know what it means to the fans, but they also, I think, are sophisticated enough to know, like, this is a big win for the program. When you beat a ranked team and look at who they've beaten, we had a great crowd. We've had some rough luck with when our other games have been to get our fans here. So, tonight, on Friday night, Thursday night, it was really good.
What happened in the locker room after the game? I mean, there
Would you notice I'm not wearing the same clothes I had on?
Your hair, did your hair get wet?
Everything was wet. Every piece of clothing was wet. Leave it at that. Okay.